Hey everyone, so it is day 8 of the juice fast, and I just want to give you guys a little progress update. My stomach is super flat. I'm so happy with that. Usually, you can get a little bit of bloating. Well, I get a little bit of bloating, but I'm super, super happy. Look, there's like no extra skin hanging over the tight pants, so very happy. So I want to show you guys this delicious juice. It's so simple and so delicious. It is just carrots and celery, and it's so mild. Like, I'm kind of wanting a break from all the sweet stuff. Like, I'm usually a savory person, so this is so much more satisfying to me sometimes. Just a simple celery juice with carrot. It's so hydrating, and I think it's a really good combo, and it's not overwhelming in flavor, and I love it. Look at all these melons. I'm gonna try this kind today. I've never had this kind. Definitely getting these. Look at these cool melons. I never had this kind here. This is new. And something I learned with watermelons is you want to look for something like this, or like, well, that might be a scratch. But like, you want to look for the webbing, like that. It could be like a webbing. That means there's a lot of sugar in there. It's very sweet. And you also see it like this. It's just coming through these little beauty marks, you can call it. All right, so check it out. I have all this today that I bought. The big watermelon here, and these two massive, beautiful seeded watermelons. And this kind I've never even tried, so this will be interesting. So I've got those 3 watermelons, plus I've got all this grapefruit, apples, cucumbers, ginger, habanero, lemons, tomatoes. I got all this parsley and cilantro and romaine, and I paid $32. So it's really affordable. This is enough juice to last me 2-3 days, maybe more. So if you do the math, it's pretty inexpensive. So I've got my jars lined up like little soldiers, ready to take the juice. I try to plan out like this so I know how much juice to make. And of course I juice while I juice. And this is so good. Just simple honeydew melon juice. It hits the spot. It's so delicious. And let's get started and see what I make. I'm really interested in this kind of melon. I've never had this, or at least to my memory. What I always do is wash my melons, because you never know, I mean, you just want to wash the outside of your melon. I think it's a good measure. Some people leave the skin on, but I prefer not to. So I want to show you guys this really easy, quick method to get your watermelon ready for juicing. You can do this with your cantaloupes and other kinds of melons as well. You just carefully cut it in half. Let's take a look. Oh, it doesn't have seeds. But it smells good. Well, it doesn't have seeds, but hey, let's just try something new today. So once you cut it in half, you want to just turn it upside down, or do this first. It just helps to cut it. And just shave off the sides. And I cut as close to the green as possible. Going. And I like to do it like right over my sink like this, and I could just kind of push everything into the hole in the sink, if that makes sense. Check it out. You just kind of like shove all your scraps in there. Trying to figure this out. Okay, so just keep going until you've done it all. And then once you cut it, you just squirt it. And just cut it as thick as your juicer's opening. Kind of go like this. And then, you know what? Sometimes I go like this all the way, which is good. Sometimes I cut it again if I have to. But basically like this, every piece should fit. And you have a beautiful pile of watermelon ready to juice. So if you're doing a big batch of juice, I highly suggest to do your watermelon first. That way you don't clog up your juicer. And something like a pineapple should always go at the end so that all your juicer parts can just flow smoothly throughout the whole process. I also really love how fragrant, how fragrant the house gets when I'm juicing, especially watermelon. It smells like candy in here. Like a great air freshener. We're about to juice half of a watermelon so quick. Look at that. And some say juicing is very time consuming. Well, it depends what you're juicing and your efficiency, which gets better as you go. So, your first time will take the longest and you'll seem like it's discouraging a little bit, but you'll get the hang of it, I promise. So as you can see, a half of a watermelon will fill up 3 jars really easily. You also really want to make sure that you fill everything to the top so that there's very little air inside. That way your juice is not going to oxidize. Just always kind of fill it to the brim. And I still have more watermelon to complete filling that jar. I'm going to put these in the fridge. So there you have it. 4 of these jars equals 1 gallon. So almost 1.25 gallons of juice. It's like almost 160 ounces. So you're supposed to drink 1 to 2 gallons a day. So you see how $5 watermelon, how far it could take you on a juice fast. Guys, this combination is hands down one of my favorite juices, if not the best juice I feel on the planet. This is the lemon ginger blast, and I've added a lime because I have a lot of lime. This is lemon, lime, habanero, cilantro, parsley. You got a green of choice. Sometimes I mix up that green. Like the other day I used dandelion greens, or you could use spinach. Today I'm using romaine. And then you got some turmeric, ginger, apples, cucumbers, and a whole stalk of celery. And it's so delicious, you guys. I'm not even kidding. It's so delicious. If you don't like spicy, you can omit the habanero, but it improves your circulation. Parasites hate it. So I really love the extra kick that it has. And of course, you can use as little or as much as you like. So Lemon Ginger Blast has been wonderful, and I highly recommend it. Also, who else does this? Who else saves the bottoms of their like celery or lettuce or dandelion greens and plants them? You can regrow from these, right? This is our dandelion greens regrowing. How cool is that? So since I was already out there, I grabbed some basil and some tulsi, which is buried in here, which is another type of basil. It's holy basil. There it is. And I'm going to throw it in here for some extra medicinal value. They're loaded with eugenol. So here's the Lemon Ginger Blast, all bottled up. It made so much juice, and boy, I can't wait to dig in. Cheers. So good, you guys. I really like to just drink this one right away because it has this like aliveness to it. It's a very tingly juice. Oh, it's such a good flavor. Like, it's the perfect juice for me, and I want to share it with the world. I learned the recipe from the one and only Lou Corona. It's amazing. So thank you for sharing this recipe with the world, Lou. We appreciate you. So that's it for today. I'm not going to juice much more right now. I could probably drink all that. I don't know if I'm going to need all that yet, but I'd rather not make too much. I'm home, so, I just have like one obligation today to be out of the house for like 2 hours. So it's not really like I'm not here and I'm not able to juice. So I'd rather drink them fresh if possible, but if you have a busy day, it's good to make them ahead of time in the morning And I just wanted to share that tip where you juice the melon first so that you could have a more efficient juicing experience. Cheers!